Men from diverse cultural and racial groups gathered for a common cause to devise strategies against gender-based violence. The latest crime statistics show that over 900 women were murdered between July and September this year. A further 9,000 were raped during the same period.
The women and children of South Africa are not safe. We are not safe. These numbers are an indictment on our moral standing as a nation.
Alcohol and substance abuse are seen as the highest contributors to GBV and femicide.
Take responsibility for your families. Alcohol, all the children meet alcohol in the home. We facilitate dialogues for Chomi all the time, and children drink as early as 6 years old because adults mismanage alcohol in the presence of children.
And as the 16 Days of Activism campaign begins, there is a call for men to make no excuses.
Let us work together. This is not the time to turn a blind eye. It's not a time to justify why we are unemployed, why we have these challenges and that and that. We do have economic problems, but the world is looking at South Africa to provide answers. In fact, the world is celebrating South Africa for not covering up by talking about the challenges we're facing. The world is actually pleading with us to share with them this secret we have of opening up and sharing.
The Men's Parliament has resolved, amongst other things, to establish local structures to deal with the GBV scourge head-on.
In this year's Men's Program of Action, as we have outlined, that we are now moving towards the wards. So we expect as you leave here, that is your immediate responsibility to activate those ward structures.
Certain cultural practices that oppress women will also be challenged, including forced marriages known as ukuthwala.
There is nothing like that. Isiko doesn't force things. Imikhuba yabantu. So, even in Eastern Cape as well, people so don't think because that thing is not popular to your province, it does not come. People that are adapting cares every day. So instead of ukutwala kuthiwa isiko, alikho isiko lokutwala. In fact, they are taking cares everywhere by force adoption there.
The woman is taught you must persevere. You must be submissive. You must not talk about your problems until you die. Exactly. So I think those things must change, and the religious leaders must also, when they counsel people who are going to get married, counsel them properly.
The Men's Parliament also wants to deal with gangsterism amongst the youth, commonly known as amaphara.
There is an army that is growing to our cities, which we call ingane zethu amaphara. Men's sector, can we attend this thing of young people akuthiwa ngamaphara? Get involved with the people of the councillors, then how to address Lendi Amaphara. I'm talking about Durban. You can't take your wife or your sister or to walk to that, even yourself. So there's an army that is growing that we don't know. Young boys and young girls, they become paras.
And there was also a call for women to not abuse men.
We can and we will dismantle toxic and fragile masculinities amongst boys and men of this country. We will raise boys who will be better fathers of tomorrow. We do also need to strongly dismantle the recent behavior of young girls or women that lie about rape. Umam Umhaule just told a story. We know it's under investigation, but the truth is there have been cases of men that have been falsely accused for women that have lied.
The Men's Parliament remembered the late South African actor Patrick Shai, who was a shining light in the fight against GBV. His teachings are being passed on to the next generation.
I said on the 29th of January, which marked the last day that we accompanied you to your final resting place, that I will fully commit myself to Kulumandot. And in my commitment to the organization, I have officially resigned from my employer, serving notice in my last days on the 30th of November, 2022. I have literally 6 days of employment and to fully switch my focus on Kulumandot.
The Men's Parliament concluded with a call on men to take a stand against GBV and femicide. Ulelani Philip, SABC News.